Hello, dear friends. My name is Vasil Gazizulin. I'm the founder of the Topfranchise.com, as the best franchise catalog in the world. And I'm glad to launch and start our global franchise conference. We have today the very unique audience of our viewers who is online and see our conference. And we have very unique audience of our speakers. Yes, and let me introduce the companies who will join us today. I will also represent some of them later. And first of all, the first three speakers that will speak right after me. And after that, I will also continue the representing of the companies. First of all, I would like to introduce Mr. Albert Kohn. He will talk right after me from Singapore. Also, Dodo Pizza is the biggest chain of pizza in Eastern Europe and in Russia. It's with Mr. Ilya. We will talk a few words about that. Also, the next speaker is Orkhan Ahmadov from Berlin, from Europe, will tell about his startup cafe chain of the coffee shops and about his franchise experience. So let me say a few words about our company and about our conference, what we are doing. You know, all of you, that this year it's still hard for the business to doing business and to meetings. All international shows are closed until autumn, until September, where will be the first show in Paris in France. Also, the speakers from the Paris show will join us today and tell a few words about their plans. But nevertheless, this time, all international shows where we met before are closed. And we decided to organize the online conference to discuss with each other what is happening now in each countries, in each huge regions, in the business area, in the franchising. Today we have the main few areas where the people doing a great business. The Southeast Asia, and Mr. Albert also will tell about the reality now after COVID and during the COVID, what is happening now in Southeast Asia. Also, we have the European area, Russia and Western Europe, France, and the Netherlands, with our honorable speakers like Felix David from Holland, Netherlands. They will talk about the reality, what's happening now in franchise industry in Europe. And also we are waiting for the speakers from the USA, what is happening now. Today on this conference, you will see the young companies, technology companies, which is going to occupy the franchise industry in the following 10 years. And we really want you to meet them, ask questions, and for us it will be very, very useful that all of our viewers, all of our participants of our conference can type on the streaming channel on YouTube, on our chats, your name, your company, and your franchise company. Just send all this information to the comments. Say which country are you from, which city are you from, what is your name, and what is your company. Let's start promoting your franchise companies. If you are like listeners anyway, just promote your company in the comments. So we will share all of this. Our goal of this conference is to make the better way for sales of each companies and to let you choose right franchise company, because today is a very unique way of the conference that the founders and the leaders of the company will say by themselves, not the sales managers, not any kind of bots that selling the franchise. Today we have the direct talk, like a TED, TED, from the speakers, from the heart of the speakers, what they happening. There is a pitches for the 5-10 minutes during several following 3 hours. We will launch this. So let me say a few words about Topfranchise.com. Please type the pluses and your smiles and your names and your websites of your franchise in the comments, and I will continue let you know about our marketplace, topfranchise.com, and our vision of the franchise industry, what is happening now. I will be on the final talk and also summarize everything that you can hear today and see. So in my following 5 minutes that I will talk to you, I will say a few words about the topfranchise.com. It's a global marketplace with a very good mobile version. We invite you to see, to follow this website, to have a look how it's look like, where we collect more than 2,000 different franchise globally. So we have audience from all over the world. It's in English, but in all English speaking countries such as USA, India, Pakistan, South Africa, United Kingdom, all people coming there to go around to see the franchise opportunities. So in that case, this is the platform that add the traffic for the 100% each year. Last year, we have about 1 million audience of our marketplace. This year, we will have more than double grow of our audience. 2 million people on the 2021 we expect on our marketplace. So on this marketplace, you can sell your franchise, or you can choose your franchise to want you to buy. And in that case, if you want to buy and to see the confident information about the franchise, you can follow our global marketplace. Also, our company, topfranchise.com, we are doing business like as a franchise developers. We have the team of the best lawyers and the best marketing staff and on the best economists that can make your franchise from the sketch. If you want to develop your franchise, please also type on the comments, and our team also will tell you all information about that. I really appreciate all of our community that today take their time to speak about their franchise. It is very, very exciting because we don't have any offline events still globally. All borders are closed. Every day, new regulations is coming and closing our borders. Not everyone can go around the world. So in that case, this platform, these hours that we're spending on our global franchise conference is the platform for the communication. You can type me, my contacts also will be on the chats, and I can ask you any question about this conference, answer any question about this conference and about the whole franchise industry and the all speakers, and give you all the contacts of the whole speakers that will be today. We have the record, and this record will be listed on our YouTube channel, and all people that now are still sleeping in the US, for example, they will join us and see this on the record and on the next hours. We choose this time started because we want to be online on the all over the world, all regions that we have now. Yes, Southeast Asia, China, Europe, and USA. So, and all kind of Americas. So in that case, let me say a few words briefly about a few minutes, 2 minutes about our vision of the franchise industry. We have the 1 million people coming on the topfranchise.com, and they are choosing their franchise every day. They leave the leads and the comments for the different franchise. So now we see the 5 main industries that are still growing and still bring money to their investors. First of all, it's a kids education, and today you will see some examples of them. The second one is the beauty industry. Also today you can see this kind of franchise. Third one is the fast food and all kind of the restaurants and all kind of the businesses that serve food. So the fourth one is the industry. It's a manufacturer, any kind of manufacturers, and the fifth one is IT. And exactly today we provide you the few speakers that will tell you about the innovative IT platforms. And right after the Albert Kong, for the third speaker will be also the IT company which serve pizza. So you can see how IT impact on the franchise industry. And this is one of the main topics that we have today. Thank you very much for the participating. Next speaker is Honorable leader of the Asiawide franchise, one of the most confident men in Asia in the franchise industry, Mr. Albert Kong. Please turn on your microphone and camera, and we will hear you. And I really appreciate that you join us. It's evening now already in Singapore. Nice to see you, Mr. Albert.
Nice to see you, Vasil. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So let's start with your presentation.
Right. Are you able to see my slides?
Yes.
Great, great. Okay. I'll leave it in this mode so that it's easier to control. Okay. So good morning, evening, afternoon to all the participants. I'm sitting in my office on the 9th floor of this building called AZ in the middle of Singapore. I have only 10 minutes, so I will speak quite quickly. But if you have questions, it's always good to pose them to me. I think all of us participate in many webinars and conferences, so you always get more when you ask questions. All right, so very quickly, I will talk about, in very broad strokes, franchising across Asia. Now, as Vasil has said, today I will concentrate on Southeast Asia. I think all of us know that currently there are 10 nations in Southeast Asia. The acronym used is ASEAN, A-S-E-A-N, which is an association of Southeast Asian nations. That's the acronym. Yeah. So, and you will realize that different countries are at different stages of growth. Some, like Singapore, have already, achieved a developed nation status. Some are still, moving towards that direction. And if you were to read reports, even as recent as last year, many people, many economists, and many gurus, they are all saying that the next region that will grow tremendously in spite of the pandemic will still be Southeast Asia, because of the population, especially the young population, who are all aspiring to have more choices, whether it's food, especially pizza and burgers, right, and fashion and all sorts of new things. Yeah. So it's good that people aspire for more choices and a better quality of life, right? Now, in Southeast Asia, other than Malaysia and Vietnam, basically most of the other nations do not have franchise-specific regulation, okay? Like in Singapore, most, like Thailand, Philippines, we normally work on what we call code of conduct. So we regulate ourselves. So we call it self-regulation, meaning the association and their members, they agree on a code of ethics, and they will so-called behave themselves. Unlike America, unlike Australia, unlike China, most of the countries here, except for Vietnam and Malaysia, most of the nations in Southeast Asia do not have any franchise-specific law, right? Now, for those of you who are familiar with me, normally my advice to franchisors and franchisees is, in franchising, just like doing business, you need to have a lot of common sense. And one way I summarize for franchisors and franchisees before they move into another country, or even within their own country, but especially when they go international, maybe they use the letter C to prompt them to remember certain things. So, for example, on this slide, the country's condition, especially the PEST, which stands for the political environment, the economic environment, the social environment, and the technology environment, right? So if for example, Afghanistan, the country is still not considered very stable, the economy is still quite bad, and socially, in terms of spending power, and the kind of diet that they are used to, may not be so appropriate for many brands to go there. Yeah. Of course, things like religion, things like even communication, things like whether they even have 4G, or 3G, for communication. So all these are considerations. Another C will be the contract, meaning the degree of government control, the kind of taxes, the kind of levies that they will impose on a foreign firm, or on the repatriation of royalties back to your country, so these are all very important. I'm sure your lawyers will tell you. Communication can even mean translation. I've given many examples of foreign brands that have translated wrongly, and in Southeast Asia, many dialect groups. Sometimes translation is suitable for one dialect group, but the sound may be very offensive to another dialect group. So even these things must be carefully researched. If not, you will just cause your end consumer to feel offended, and your franchisee then will not get any business, right? Another C will be the consumers, whether they have the spending power, whether in the first place they even like your food, for example, if you go to a Muslim country, then, whether it's halal, whether, even the ingredients you use, whether they have certain ingredients or things that are related to a certain animal, all these things are very important. Another C will be the corner, meaning the kind of location you need, right? So for example, in Singapore, because it's a small nation, property is very expensive. So if you were to bring a franchise like Marche from Switzerland to Singapore, it will be hard because Marche uses a lot of space, space for salad, space for dessert, space for coffee, space for beer, space for seafood, space for other types of meat, etc., etc. So they take up a lot of space. So it will be tough because the rentals will be very, very expensive. Yeah. Another C will be the competitors. And then in many countries, I'm sure you know that there are certain coffee shops that look like Starbucks, but they are not Starbucks. There are certain places that look like KFC, but they may not be KFC. So it's important that you do your homework, so that you don't come, or or you don't get your franchisee to be complaining to you that the registration of your trademark is not approved because there are already a lot of people using something similar, And another C, which is very important, is the kind of franchisee you can get, whether they have the right capital, whether they are really committed. I'm sure you have heard of cases whereby some franchisees, actually, they didn't tell you that their brother or sister are already operating a competitor brand. And this person, maybe his motive is to really learn from you, and then maybe 1 year later, 1 year after becoming your franchisee, say bye-bye to you, because now they have got your operating manual, they go back to their brother, and then they have a big leap forward because they can improve on their own systems. So all these things are important to check. Yeah. Now, another thing I often emphasize is adaptation. You cannot be so stubborn and say that everything in your franchise is sacrosanct and cannot be localized. Of course, in franchising, we know that standardization is very important, but at the same time, just like McDonald's in India, they won't sell beef because most of the Indians don't eat beef. So they have to adapt, right? And even the size of the dish, if if you serve the same portion as Americans, then most of the customers in Southeast Asia will not finish the dish because it's too much for them. You know, they're smaller in size and they are used to just eating not so heavily, right? So all these things are important. If not, your franchisee can't make money because the cost of food and the wastage, you know, and also, you know, turning away customers because they won't come back because they feel that your portions are just too big. All this will affect the profitability of your franchisee, and then they will close shop, right? So those are just quite commonsensical but very important, right? So this is just one slide to share a little bit about my company, but I welcome comments and you know, questions from you. Thank you, and I pass it back to Vasil. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Albert. So could you say the one question for me? It's what is happening now in Singapore in the franchise industry? Are you waiting for the autumn show, FLA, which is happening every year?
Yes, we will still do the show, but looking at our neighbors, and many of them are still not allowed to travel. So our plan currently, and it is subject to change because who knows whether there will be, you know, another wave. But we have been very, very fortunate. We thank God for that. We have been very, very fortunate. Up till today, we have, you know, less than 150 deaths, you know, and so it's very well controlled. Everybody is eating out. Every table, you cannot have more than 8 people. So the confidence is going up. But as far as the show is concerned, our current plan is for local franchisors, we will give them a physical booth, assuming that there's no second wave of you know, the virus. And then for overseas franchisors, they will do a virtual booth. So, you know, through the portal, foreign franchisors can still exhibit, but it's a virtual booth, and they will interact through the portal. Whereas local franchisors based here, they are allowed to exhibit physically, yeah. But like I said, this is the current plan, and hopefully we continue to stay safe and we don't have suddenly, you know, another wave, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Albert.
You
look so strong and so healthy. Please continue, go on the same. See you on the conference in Singapore. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Yes. So we are continue, and now we are coming to right of the center of Russia, to Moscow, and the next speaker is we are going more west now, and the next speaker is Mr. Ilya Zomba, is the head of the international development of the fastest growing chain of the pizza in the world. That's a company, Dodo Pizza. Hello.
Hello, Vasil. Thanks.
How are you doing? Good. Glad to see you. So I really appreciate that Dodo Pizza is with us today in our international conference. So let's get down to the questions, yes, that we have
sure.
For our audience. Yes. So first one is, how old is your brand? When did you start doing this business?
You'd be surprised. In 2 days, we will be celebrating 10 years anniversary. So we are just in years.
Okay.
We will have a great party.
So now, what is the current numbers of the quantity of the franchisee and the units which you have now?
At the moment, we have 98 stores in 14 countries. And more than 200 partners.
So in the following days, it will be 700, right?
Yes, I think it will be exactly on the day of our anniversary. So it will be very symbolic.
Our congratulations. Yes, it's
Thanks.
Very good numbers. Yes.
Yeah.
So what can you say about the main force, what you have main items inside your company, which help you to grow so fast? What is your main tools which you have now?
I think there are actually 3 things that make us very different from a traditional franchise company. So first of all, it is our IT expertise. So we provide our partners with full IT solution, 360 degrees IT solution. So all our partners, they don't have to worry about mobile app, website, courier app, and everything. So POS software, so it's all included in our franchise. The second thing actually we have, we only now start to realize how important that is the community. A lot of partners, a lot of franchisees in different franchise networks, they don't really communicate to each other because franchisors are often afraid of this communication, and we do quite opposite. We support all these kind of communications. We provide a platform for these communications, and during the last in-depth interviews with our partners, they really appreciate this, and they say that they are here because of the community of partners that are helping each other, sharing best practices and everything. So this is the second pillar. And then there is a third pillar. We have a very long-term approach. We don't want to earn quickly. And this IT system and community, makes us more efficient. And we transfer this efficiency to our partners. For example, we do not try to earn on a country fee. We just show all the expenses we have for the rollout, and together with our partner, we see what we save, because we don't want to earn on the country fee. Country fee should not be a barrier. Okay, great. So we just share this efficiency to our partners, and that helps us to grow quickly. So we are what is the
total name? I'm sorry, Ilya. What is the total name of this system? Dodo
IS.
Dodo IS. Okay, yes. Great. So this is the main strength that you have. Yes.
Yes. One of.
So it helps us. What is about your plan? So now we have audience on our marketplace from all over the world, from the developing and developed countries. So what is your focus on the following years? Where you want to start your masters?
We are quite sure that our model works well in emerging markets, so we would like to expand further to emerging markets. We are interested in markets with a possible volume of about 30, 40, 50 stores, which is about like 30 to 50 million people population. But actually, we're very flexible. We're looking at the partner. So if we find a partner with resources, with experience that shares our culture, we are ready to consider any kind of country. Okay, and we do, together with this partner, we will do all the adaptation we need to adapt our model to the market.
Okay, so what is now the main countries that you are now existing in? Where, how many countries totally, and where is you already have the very good experience?
Yes, there are 14 countries, so we are very well present in ex-Russia, ex-USSR territory. So of course it's Russia, Belarus, and Kazakhstan. We are by far the market leaders there, more than Domino's and Papa John's combined. Then we are we're doing quite well in Baltic states, in Lithuania, in Estonia, also Romania. We have entered Slovenia, soon to come Vietnam.
Good.
We have a nice business in Nigeria as well.
Yeah, so that is the main question that I want to ask you, because we have the very strong audience from Africa, and not so many countries going right now to Africa. Mainly they are competing in the USA and India, so on. So you one of the leader in Africa now in pizza industry. So could you please say a few words about this case and which other countries in Africa you are focusing in?
Nigeria case was very interesting for us. We have encountered a lot of challenges like electricity, power cuts and everything, but we found with a partner a way how to manage it. So the partner is now happy, and the partner is actually thinking of expanding to Ghana. And we have the partner is very happy, and now we know that our model works there, business model. So we are ready to consider sub-Saharan Africa. So everything from there we are ready to consider.
Yeah, it's very good. Yes. Ilya, thank you very much for your explanation, for your presentation and answering our questions. What you would like to suggest to our audience who will see you from all over the world?
I'm sure we just select carefully. It's a very important decision selecting the franchisor, and we are ready to share all our experience, all our internal documents, how we will work. Just if you have any questions, please get in touch with me. I will be ready to help.
Good, good. So type your contacts on our chat, and we will show to our audience. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I wish you success in the following IPO also, and so all other plans to have a masters and good masters all over the world. Thank you, Ilya. Have a good sales. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, let's go on. And now we're moving to Germany. It's a young chain of the coffee shops, and Mr. Orkhan Ahmadov. Now it's online, and we're waiting for the video and the microphone. Yes. Salam alaikum, Orkhan. How are you doing?
Salam alaikum. Thank you very much. After Ilya, when he said that he have 600 branches, I'm shy to say anything because we have only 8. Yes.
Yeah. It's very important that you are the new franchise, yes, and the very fresh and the fast growing. So please say a few words about yourself and about your company, yes, and about your franchise.
We are just started 4 years before, at the end of the 2017. So let's say the beginning 2018. So for last 3 years, we have 8 branches. So 3 of them belongs to us, and another 5 is the franchises. Yes, and these 3 years, everything was okay. Aside this last year, we sold just 1 franchise. That's it.
So how did you survive in your main area in Germany? So is there any support from the government you feel?
Yes, in the Germany we have the very big support from the government. They helped us a lot. In Germany, they say us that, for example, the invoices that you can't pay, you just can't send it to us. We will prove them. If the invoice is the invoice that related to your business, if it's a necessary invoice, not the invoice of your new brand car or something like this. If it's a necessary invoice, we will pay it, and they do it.
Okay, good.
So let's say the rent, or maybe you have to buy necessary some goods, or your electricity, or whatever, your office expenses, whatever. If it's a necessary, they pay.
So could you say where are you now?
Right now, I'm in Berlin. I live in Berlin. I live here. Yes.
So how many stores in Berlin you have now?
In Berlin, we have total 3 branches. All they belong to us. We also have 1 branch in Austria. It's the franchise. 1 branch we have in Odessa in Ukraine since 1 month, since 2 months. Yeah, and 3 branches we have in Baku, in the capital of Azerbaijan. They're also the franchises.
Okay, very good. So could you please say your story? How old are you, and when did you start the business? It's very important for our audience, because it's now it's unique day that the founders and the leaders of the departments, they're talking. So it would be interesting. It's not like a common, yes?
Yeah, sure. I'm 30 years old. I'm 30 years old. I'm in Germany since 7 years. I came here like a student. I was studying here in the university. So in Azerbaijan, I have this wish, this desire to open the great company, but unfortunately it's very difficult to start it from Azerbaijan if you want to do it in an international, in a biggest way. So I decided to come somehow to Germany and to start my business here, and the only way to come to the Germany was to study. So I came here to study, let's say, and was working in a different branches, in burger shops, restaurants, whatever I could. And I found my niche, and I understand that the coffee branch is my favorite. So after I understand it, I started to work a lot in the coffee shops, in very different coffee shops. And after the time when I get the very big experiences working in the Starbucks, in the small coffee shops, big coffee shops. So at the end of the 2017, I start with my first coffee shop. So we launched it in the January 2018. Yeah. So this is the way how I start.
Okay, good. So are you happy with that? So you just not work anywhere. You are the founder now.
Yes, of course. It's good. It's very nice feeling. Sure, to work for yourself, not for somebody else. Of course, sure.
So when did you start doing the franchise? Why did you decide to start the franchise company?
We started it 1 year later. We started it after the time when we had already 3 coffee shops in Berlin. So we saw that it's really nice everything on. And actually at 2019, we didn't have the plan to sell any franchise. From the Baku, from the city where I was born, came many people asking us that we can whether they can use our name franchise. And in 2019, be honest, I started to Google, I started to know what is franchise. If I sell the franchise, what should I do, what I become from my partners, and so on. So at 2019 we start. So be honest, it was not even our idea. The idea came from our customers, let's say.
Okay. So what is your plans now? Please say a few words about your vision. Which countries you want to open first? Like Dodo Pizza said before, which areas you appreciate, and who you want to see as your franchisee? Yes.
We have now in the 4 different countries the partners. In Europe we have, as I said before, in Austria, in Ukraine we have partners, in Azerbaijan we have 3 partners. My best desire, my wish is to have one shop as well in the Russia. So
I see.
Yes.
So
because Russia is so big on the map, so
some of our audience from Russia, for sure, they should see and buy the franchise. So it will be easy to communicate. But you have a very fluent English. So where did you have this English?
Actually, I wanted to start with the words that sorry, my English is not so good.
No,
so if
good.
you,
Yes, it's okay.
I studied in English, that's why. But be honest, since 2015, I'm not using my English because I studied just 1 year, and after 2015, I was only working in the different areas in Germany, so I was using only my German. So that's why my English is now getting worse and worse.
But you also speak German. Yes, it's really good.
Yes, my German is very good. My German is like my mother tongue. It's very
so
good.
Could you please say to the end the main numbers about your franchise? How much money do the franchisee must have to launch this coffee shop?
Our smallest coffee shop, so let's say it starts from the 15,000 inclusive the franchise fee. So the shops in the malls or in the business areas, they start from 30,000, and the full format, let's say the big coffee shops, from 100 square meters up to 150, it starts from 50,000 euros. All the numbers I told you with the euros.
Good. So how long does it take to launch the coffee shop?
We say 24 months, but in our practice was no more than 20 months.
Okay, very good. So for the starting, yes, to start this business, it will take few months, right?
To start, what you mean to start? You mean the construction time, or
Yes,
you mean
yes.
the time when
Start
you
time.
start to just 1 month, no more.
1 month. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. So last question, just because we have the international audience, what's happening now in Germany and totally in Europe? Could you say your vision? So it's now recovering already, or it's still on the press?
Let's say that in Germany, it's getting, I don't know, it's getting worse and worse, I will say. So in my vision, we have here one coffee shop in the mall, so it's closed. And the mall manager told us that it will be open only at the end of the year. That's what he told us. But that is what it's his suggestion, let's say. And there is also one coffee shop, our coffee shop in very touristic area. It's very touristic area where there was full of the visitors, and there was no Germans because Germans don't go there because there is always too loud, too many tourists. So this our coffee shop is also suffering a lot because there is no people. Another our coffee shop where it was for the, let's say, local people, where was always our German customers. It's okay. It's fine.
What
It's
about
getting
Ukraine?
worse, I will say.
Yeah, sorry. So sorry that I interrupt you. What about Ukraine and Azerbaijan and also Austria? Is it better there?
In Austria, the same situation like in Germany, no tourists, and Germans are very afraid to go outside, let's say. They're not like Russians or not like the people from Azerbaijan or Ukraine. They're more afraid, and they do strictly whatever governments say, you know. So that's why in Germany and Austria, from the revenue, we are suffering, but the government helps us a lot. Helps us with everything. But in Azerbaijan and Ukraine, it's another situation. It's okay. It's okay, I will say, but the government doesn't help a lot.
I see.
I would say that doesn't help.
I see.
Unfortunately.
I understand. So I wish you success in your German expansion also, to develop much more your own coffee stores, and also to find the right masters and the unit franchisee from our conference and from our portal, and by yourself. It's also very important. I really appreciate that you have time to speak honestly about yourself. It's really very, very passionate, and thank you very much for your experience. Yes, so we just need to go ahead, and now we are moving back to the Russian company. Also, it's a Russian-based company, but we have the one more speaker. It's Mr. Igor, Senior Business or Development Manager at Gmojj. So, Igor, nice to see you. How are you doing today?
Nice to meet you too. I'm great. Thank you. What about yourself?
So thank you very much. I'm good. So do you have a presentation, or we will talk?
Yes, 1 second.
Okay,
there
great.
We go. Can you see it?
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. All right. So yes, I'm here to talk a bit about the company Gmojj, which is, as you mentioned, a Russian company, but we are building an international network and trying to expand into global market. And this is the dream, to create the international gift exchange structure for end users and businesses to be able to send and share gifts all around the world. So a little bit about the company itself, right? So it's a high-tech IT company which was founded and launched in Russia with this exact idea that I've just mentioned. but since then we have grown into an international network, and now we are available in different regions around the world. At the moment, we work in 13 countries. We work in Russia, USA, and Germany from our own offices. So in Russia and USA, we have our own companies. In Germany, we have a joint venture. And in all the other countries, in 10 other countries, we work with the franchising model. And this is what me and my colleagues in my department actively do. We look for people, companies, businesses that would be interested in launching Gmoj on their markets and expanding our international network. At the moment, we work in several regions. This is the CIS region, ex-Soviet countries, as well as a couple of countries in Southeast Asia, as well as 2 countries in Latin America. And we are also hoping to expand in those regions, plus adding some other interesting territories for us, like more European countries, more Middle East and Northern Africa, etc. So what is Gmoj and how does it work and why is it interesting and important on a global level? It's a technology that creates an electronic equivalent of the product in a form of a link, which means that basically you can send a digital gift using a digital channel like email, social media, any kind of messenger or anything like this. And the receiver, you don't have to have any information of the receiver, like their phone number, maybe their address, even their name. And they can, on the other hand, without any additional registration, any information entered, be able to redeem or have the gift delivered. So it's a very simplified way of either gift exchange, either user to user, or for example, business to user, in case of some kind of sampling, promotion, loyalty campaigns, gifts, etc. So here on the image, you can see a small kind of step-by-step process of how it happens, right? Our big goal at the moment is cross-border sending. So this is something, a feature we are actively working on, and we hope to launch in the 3rd quarter of this year. We are currently testing it between USA and Mexico and USA and Armenia. And what is this? It's a function that allows people from any company, from any country, to send a gift into a country where Gmoj already exists. Again, it can help families, it can help friends, it can help businesses, and especially during last year, we realized how important it is to have an option of sending gifts to people from around the world that you are maybe not able to see because there are travel restrictions, borders closed, etc. Or you can, as a business, you cannot reach because people are sitting at home and so on. So we are actively working on the cross-border function, and we believe this will completely change our model and change the market of gift exchange globally. So what are our products? What do we work with and what do we offer? We have 7 main products divided into 2 groups, into 2 categories. We have the C2C directed product, which is our mobile application, which allows the end users to buy and send each other gifts using the app and sending it through some digital channels. And we have a number of digital business products as well. Business products are aimed at companies who want to reach their target audience, again, for loyalty campaigns, for sampling, for promotion, for dealing with some complaints, etc. I will show you a few examples of cases we have worked with in a minute. So 6 other products that are aimed at that. And how do we plan on expanding globally? It's the offer of our master franchise. Master franchise is our full package of products, everything and services, everything that is needed to set up and to launch Gmoj in a new country. So what we offer is exclusive partnership. We look for just 1 partner per country to make sure there is no internal competition, etc. We provide all Gmoj products, so the C2C mobile application and the B2B business products, as well as all the other administrative and management tools to set up and to maintain these products. We offer staff training, know-how, certifications, localizations of all the products, so translations of interfaces, servers, integrations, payment gateways, POS, and continuous technical and franchise support from the moment of signing becoming our partner, becoming our franchisee, and that basically indefinitely, right? So this all comes as a part of our master franchise. So we are there with our franchisees all the way along this journey, step by step, helping and supporting with everything needed. And here are just a few examples of the cases we worked with. So first of all, it's Avito.ru, a popular ads website, second biggest in the world after Craigslist. They have used our technology to send gifts to their employees, for example. So very practical, again, very easy. People work remotely from home, etc. Very simple way to send gifts to your employees for some holidays like Christmas, New Year's, International Women's Day, and things like this. Then we have also worked with Finguru, the accounting services for small and medium-sized businesses, for their both customers and their employees. We have also worked with a number of banks here in Russia, and the banks mostly use it for loyalty programs and for dealing with some claims and complaints. So without, instead of just a simple apology, we are sorry, we'll try to do best next time, they can send a small gift to show some kind of appreciation of the customer and to make them more loyal and more faithful to the brand. On the slides, you can see which of the Gmoj tools we have used for this. I will not go into details about the description of every tool, but there are several different tools for different purposes. We have also participated in the International Hackathon in October last year and provided gifts for that to people from 32 countries that participated in the event. 700 people have received their gift using Gmoj. And our also case we're quite proud of is with the Russian coffee shop chain Shokoladnitsa, where we integrated directly into their website, and now all the traffic they get on their website can be turned into instant purchases using our Gmoj Quick Store tool. So basically, we have added gift cards to their website. And in short, not to go too much into some depth, that is all about the company and the franchise that we offer. You can find more information on gmoj.world, or you can ask me directly if you have some questions right now. I will be more than happy to answer.
Thank you very much for your explanation and presentation. Could you please answer the short question? Yes?
Yeah, of course.
So what is the exact minimum investment rate that is necessary to buy your franchise? How much money does it take?
The actual investment depends on the market, on the country, because depending on the metrics of the country, we calculate the cost of the franchise. So obviously a country like, for example, the UK and a country like Albania cannot have the same franchise fee. So we take all the metrics into consideration. We have a minimum franchise fee that we have set at 100,000 euros. But this also depends if the country is quite small. It can be a bit less if the country is very big. It's also not about just the size, but the potential and the purchasing power and the disposable income of people in the country. But just to share some kind of number, right? Share some kind of minimum, let's say 100,000 euros would be the minimum investment.
Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. So what is the next countries you want to go in?
So since we already penetrated Latin America with Mexico and Costa Rica, we would like to develop this region because it is one language in the whole continent. So it would be very simple for them. Plus, many immigrants from these countries live in the USA, where we already have a branch, and we think it would be really great for our cross-border sending feature for people to have this option of sending gifts back and forth. We are also actively interested in expanding Southeast Asian market, and it would be really nice for us to penetrate and expand into the Middle East and Northern Africa, also with one language and a similar kind of gift-giving culture very rooted into tradition and culture. So we think this would be very interesting markets, and Gmoj would be very important and useful technology for this market.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the presentation. Wish you success in your expansion, and we're really proud of you. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
good.
you.
Yes. Okay, let's go on. And the next speaker is also the IT company. It's the service that will help you to choose the right location. Yes, it's a geo-analytics and the very innovative company that provides you the good solution to for the right calculation of the traffic of your retail stores. So Ivan, glad to see you. Glad to hear you. So you can start your presentation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, glad to see you, Vasil. Hey to everyone. So yeah, my name is Ivan, and I'm co-founder of GeoWOW. This is a global geo-analytical location management platform. And the thing is that it doesn't actually matter in which country you're going to grow your business. And it actually doesn't matter whether you are a global franchise company like McDonald's or KFC, or you're just individual entrepreneur, which is going to open your first or second or third trade point. The key question that you need to answer yourself: what is the best location for my next trade point? And so we can try to help you with that. So why can we do that? Because we are working with a lot of different sources of big geo data. Long story short, it consists of three main parts. The first part, this is the demand, different data that help you to understand what kind of traffic, this is car traffic or foot traffic, is around location. And location, under location, we understand the hexagon with a size of 60 by 70 meters on the map. So at the demand part, we also understand what kind of customers are here. Do these people work here or just living here, or are they just visitors for this location? The second part is supply or competition. How many competitors are here? How are they successful in this territory? And the third part of different sources help us to understand the quality of place itself. I mean, is it the center of the city, or it's the suburbs? How far it's from the road, or how far it's from the closest metro station, and so on. What is the price for retail estate here, and so on. So I tried to share with you some examples and some insights what we see in this kind of data. Let's look, for example, in the city of London. And the first type of source we have is the foot traffic, which we collected by GPS signals by different applications in the mobile phones, like messengers or social networks, which every one of us use this every day. So what can we see here in London? We can see that a lot of foot traffic are around train stations like Euston Square or Paddington or Waterloo. So it helps us to understand that this is a different way to solve the task. I mean, we don't need more to spend time for people going to the streets, use some clickers to calculate the number of people going here and there. We just can look at the map and understand what is the best locations with a lot of traffic. We also can see that there is some places indicated in orange in the city of London or close to Piccadilly Circus. So if we ask ourselves, so where is the biggest traffic, we can see it on the map. The next question is, okay, but we are living in pandemic times. And of course, we understand that traffic nowadays is changing. And we decided to compare traffic in 2019, I mean, when COVID started, and the traffic in 2020. We just used the same periods of time, July to December 2019 and July to December 2020. So what we see is that traffic actually has fallen by 2 or 2.5 times. This is the main insight from the data we see. And the second insight is that actually traffic has fallen but it's also changed. I mean, if the train station is still bigger than the different parts of the city, but some trade centers, for example, has lost their traffic and people have not go back. I mean, they prefer to use the internet delivery services and staying at home, buying products or services at home, so they don't go to this trade center. And in such kind of places, traffic has fallen more than 2.5. So, okay, but the next question is, okay, we now see how many traffics is in different places in the city. But of course, we understand that there is also competition. And if we look, for example, at McDonald's and KFC presenting on the map, I can say that these different lights, what they mean. The red and orange light means that in these concrete buildings, the trade points, or I mean, intensity of fast food chains are really big. So it means that fast food chains make here a lot of revenues, and blue or green buildings mean that in such kind of buildings there is a low level of revenues or fast food. And it helps us to understand two things. The first thing is that we see, for example, here where McDonald's and KFC are close to each other at the next parts of the street, we can see that McDonald's makes more revenue than KFC, is more successful. And a different example, it's vice versa. KFC has more revenue than McDonald's in that kind of places. And the second part, which can we see here, that these chains realize two options of strategy. The first option is really to stand next to each other, trying to have this traffic to convert it to the money. But the second part of strategy is that they go to one big trade center, and we can see this is the red one, where KFC has even 2 points, and just grabbed and cannibalized one traffic to themselves, but it's still profitable because there is so much traffic, so it's enough for both chains. So even if you are an individual entrepreneur, which are going to open the new trade points, you can understand where there are places with a bigger intensity of. And the next question is, okay, but if we have a traffic data and we have competition data, why don't we just combine them into one map to understand which is the best locations where the big traffic and low competition? And of course, we can do that. We generate such kind of heat maps, and the red light here means that there is a good places for fast food chains with the biggest number of traffic and lower competition. So if we are going to open new fast food points, we should go there and find the 3 buildings or find 3 premises to open the new trade points. Of course, it's not only about fast food. We can do it for pizzeria chains or even cosmetic stores. So it's also working for each industry. And nowadays we see the growing demand for pickup delivery and lockers delivery businesses, for coffee shops, for cafes and restaurants, for grocery stores. It's also possible. Well, we are a little proud that some of global chains are working with us, and for example, McDonald's or Dodo Pizza, which was talking a bit earlier today, and we're helping them grow not only in their main regions, but also helping growing outside, I mean, in different countries. So, and if we can help you, I would be glad if you get in touch with me today. And now I'm just open for your questions. Vasil.
Ivan, thank you very much for your presentation. So could you please say, what is your basic case? We saw the presentation, it's very interesting. Yes, very unique service. I think really wow, like your name in of the company. But what is the main key customers that you have? Is it a store, or it's a beauty salon, or it is maybe the kindergarten? So what is your main customer?
Well, the key type of our customer where we started it is big global chain. I mean, you have to have already a big number of stores in your chain Because if you have already a big number of stores, you have a lot of internal data which can help us to understand how this internal data influence on the geo data external. And we have grocery stores, pharmacy chains, HoReCa, and local deliveries. So the main growing nowadays chains in franchise industry.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So please type on our chat your contact details. We will transfer it to our translation on YouTube. Thank you very much. It's really interesting, new innovative concept. Thank you for your time. And we go ahead, and now it's we come from Russia, from the Eastern Europe to the France, directly to the heart of the franchise industry of Europe. It's Paris now, and the Sylvie Gaudi. Now it's the director, or you can see the director of the Paris show. It's our partners. We really appreciate that every year we come in there and they see the happy franchisors and the franchisee from all over the Europe. Please go ahead and say us, please, about your plans for this autumn. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vasil. So I'm Sylvie Gaudi. I'm the franchise division director working for Reed Exhibitions. Few words about me. I'm working for the company since 1993, so a long time ago, on different positions, but I entered the franchise market as show director in 2007. The franchise divisions in Reed Exhibition includes two products: one franchise candidate recruitment platform for the French market named observatoiredela-franchise.com, and an international show, I will speak further, Franchise Expo Paris. 18 different people works all year long to make our products performant and to offer the best development opportunities to our customers. So a few words about Reed Exhibition Company. So the value of Reed Exhibition is to connect customers and communities worldwide through face-to-face, virtual, and hybrid events. This last part was accelerating with the COVID crisis, as you can imagine. Our passion combined with our local market expertise enables us to produce and deliver tailor-made B2B and B2C events for 43 different industry sectors, from jewelry to travel, engineering to pop culture, entertainment, real estate, security, hospitality, of course, franchising, and many more. Underpin our skills team in digital data and technology innovation, whether online or in person. Each of our events is carefully crafted to provide compelling content, efficient networking, and prosperous deal-making opportunity to maximize return on investment for you and your business. Franchise Expo, so the show that will take place soon, we hope, cross fingers, in Paris, exceptionally next September, belongs to the French Franchise Federation, which has a very active role both in France and internationally to bring the values of the franchise system. Since its creation, Reed Exhibition, former Blenheim and Miller Freeman, has been organizing the Franchise Expo show. In next March 2022, Franchise Expo will celebrate its 40th editions and 40th anniversary. So as you can see, it's not the first time we will organize the show. 2020 and the beginning of 2021 is for everybody a special year. And of course, like other markets, the show industry and the franchise industry has been impacted by COVID crisis. For example, last year, we postponed twice Franchise Expo that normally would be held in the March and then postponed in May, then postponed in October. And the last one we will hold exceptionally Franchise Expo Paris from the 26th to the 29th September 2021. Normally, Franchise Expo is in March, but we choose this date in order to have the hope of guaranteeing the best conditions for a face-to-face show. Some events of our group have been held recently or will be started soon in some area of the world, Japan, Korea, USA, and also in Moscow, because one of our show named Intercharm Professionals is supposed to open its door tomorrow morning at the Crocus. So we are very confident to see that in France it will also start soon. So it will be for us a pleasure to welcome everybody in France. But for now, at the moment, we do not yet have any precise directives from the French government on the health standards that will have to be applied. We will get some more information at the beginning of May, but I'm very confident, and our experience gained in 2020 during the preparation of our shows allows us to establish several hypotheses for 2021, from the most restrictive to the most flexible. For sure, I hope that the most flexible will be the choice. For example, we will control the number of people to be accommodated simultaneously in our pavilions, and therefore we will manage the waiting at the entrances. We will control the distancing inside the pavilion, number of people on a booth relative to its surface, for example, distancing in our conference space or VIP club. The using, we know for now it's not a new thing, but I think the use of mask and the presence of hydroalcoholic gel in many places will be the new norm. In resume, all our attention is focused on the safety of our customers and visitors, as well as those of all the trades that work with us and our teams naturally. A few days before the show, we are planning an online meeting to explain to our participants the terms and conditions that we will put in place and those that we'll have to comply with. We will also regularly communicate to our visitors how to behave during their visits. By the way, Franchise Expo remains the largest franchise show in the world with the widest choice in terms of sectors, in terms of investment amount required. And for the next edition, we are waiting for more than 400 exhibitors and mainly more than 300 franchise brands. Also, these figures are completed with financial institutions and experts solutions. Franchise Expo, we welcome more than 30,000 franchise candidates. Of course, we don't know yet if they can be physically with us, but we organized a digital transfer to help everybody to take part of our event. For people, exhibitor or international visitors in particular, who perhaps will not be able to travel to Paris, we have developed a digital system that will allow them to participate to our show, but I'm sorry for that, online. Of course, if the sanitary conditions in Russia or in France are more flexible, you are very welcome, and it will be for me and the team a happy moment to welcome you in person into Paris. But some example of our digital initiatives. For exhibitors, we plan digital booths, can be individual or national pavilion. Why not, Vasil, a Russian digital pavilion in Paris if you cannot come in person? It will be located in an area that can accommodate up to 12 participants. This booth will be run by a student specializing in franchising. It will be a very visual area take the codes of the brands that will be exhibiting with a video presentation visible by the visitors of the show. A briefing will be organized with the brand to take stock of the benefits of joining in and to determine the profile of the candidates that interest it. The facilitator will be able to answer the first question of interested candidates in the name of the brand. Then, if the candidates fits the brands, we can organize video conferences and video meeting between the brands, for example, based in Russia, and the candidates based in Paris. So they can go further in their discussion and do as they were physically in face-to-face. For naturally, each exhibitor subscribing to this offer will have the same advantages as any other exhibitor physically present on the show. For both exhibitors or visitors, the possibility to connect to our digital platform, Franchise Expo Online, that allow everyone upstream of the show to select the partners that correspond to them and plan appointments during the show, either physical or online. After the show, the platform remains open to allow everyone to continue their Franchise Expo Paris experience. Yes, Vasil? It's okay. Participating in Franchise Expo Paris offers to franchise brand important benefits. First of all, because our top franchise partnership, we are very proud on that, you will receive a special welcome and benefit from the special condition negotiated for you. Exposing your brand to the largest franchise community in the world is also one of the benefits, and it's for you the opportunity to meet candidates who will be your future partners, regardless to their profile, direct franchisee, master franchise, investors, and so on. It's also for you the opportunity to meet brand owners or developers like you who have ambitions for the development of their network. It is also the opportunity to exchange with the main market experts, finance, lawyers, development specialists. It means exposing your brand to nearly 400 journalists and developing your reputation. If you plan to invest in a brand because you are a master franchisee or a company interested by joint venture, for example, you are very welcome on our Le Club Franchise Expo Paris program. For free, you will be accompanied by our team represented by a very nice girl, French girl named Alexandra, throughout your brand research process. So as you can see, it was difficult for everybody in 2020, but we hope and we cross finger that the franchise moments we spent together with Vasil, but I saw that Albert Kong from Singapore is also present today. And I hope 2021 will be for us the occasion to travel again and to visit each other, even in Russia or in Singapore or anywhere else. Few words about the franchise sector in France. So it's going quite well. I received yesterday the last figures from the French Franchise Association, figures for 2020. So as you can imagine, that was impacted by the COVID, but in fact, in the figures, it's not so important. There are now in France 1,927 franchise brands developing now. It's only minus 1% since 2019. They all these brands operating 78,000 franchisees, and they create 837 employees for a turnover that reach 64 billion euros. So it's a very important market. Franchise and France it's a long marriage. It's history we built together. And the specialty in France is that the franchise market covered all the activity sector: building, fashion, beauty, services, restaurant, hotels, and so on. So despite of COVID crisis, franchise market still dynamic in France, and I'm very confident that 2021 will be better. Franchise candidates still very motivated. For example, in 2020, we collect plus 14% franchise candidate for our customers' brands on observatoiredelafranchise.com. So there are opportunity for you. In conclusion, I want to wish you a very welcome in Paris from the 26th to the 29th September on Franchise Expo. Cross finger for in real life or even in online. Thank you, Vasil. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Sylvia. That's really happy to see you so strong and healthy. So very good looking. Yes. So
Try
I really
to.
hope the Versailles, Miss Paris. I think everyone who joined this show will not forgive it and forget it. I'm sorry. And there is a really exciting show. I recommend everyone to exhibit and to visit the show. Yes, and to meet each other. Yes, in September. I hope so.
I hope so.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Please stay healthy. See you there. And we go ahead. And the next speaker is the head of the international development of the biggest chain of the real estate company in Eastern Europe. It's a company Etag.com and Mr. Stepan Tracevsky. Hello, Stepan. How are you doing?
Hi, Vasil. Thank you very much for such a great opportunity. Nice to see you. And thank you for such a great opportunity to speak together with such a great speakers, but also to exchange the experience we have, some best practices. I'm looking forward to exchange our thoughts and different opinions. Also, we are looking for an opportunity to visit Franchise Expo in Paris as well, because normally we should be there like in September last year, but now, due to the COVID, of course, we are looking forward to participate in that exhibition as well next year. So in order to be in line with all other speakers, I would like to give a short information about our franchise and our business model and what we offer, but also together with our approach. Oops, sorry. Do you see? I hope you shoot my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, I should say that we are the largest real estate company in Russia and CIS. And now it is already more than 16,000 employees. Sorry. 16,000 employees in total in 8 different countries. And it is... And I would say why, because I think because of our business model, because we are trying to work out our own network of the branches and also together with the development of our franchise partners, in order to share our experience in real estate business, in order to share our knowledge and of course some other systems. Nowadays we're also in top 3 of franchises in Russia, but also we are attractive in ex-USSR countries. We are presented in Kazakhstan, Belarus, and etc. One of the main benefits that we can offer that there is no initial fee, because our company approach is to be presented in variety of different locations in different countries and etc. And there is no huge interest in getting a big benefits from these partners. We have a quite low royalty fee with no initial fee, and let's say the biggest advantage that we can offer, that is exclusivity for the city. Let's say there is no other competitors among the same franchise network as we have. And there's no other partners who will be working on the same territory. So that's why I think we are such successful. And even despite the fact that we are only 20 years on the market, but during 7 last years, we are growing around 30% each year. So which you can see by the results of of the quantity of the branches and the quantity of markets we presented. So what we can offer from our side, of course, it is the full support from the head office, where you can have like startup manager who will be supporting you from the day one until you get your first profitability, who will be supporting you on the establishing the office, establishing different business processes, and sharing the expertise from the head office. We also think that the main asset of the company in this business is the people, is the right people. That's why we think that HR technologies and the tools that we offer to our partners is the crucial in building the proper business model that will be successful on a long-term perspective. And as we see it now, with this approach, 96% of our franchise partners are successful. The others, they were not successful because of some circumstances. Even in this case, we are taking the management of these branches and making them even more successful. From our side, we are offering the different marketing tools, different training materials, but this is not the main, let's say, benefit that we can offer to our franchise partners and also to the potential master franchise. Let's say the biggest added value would be the powerful IT system. We also call ourselves as IT company, as same as Dodo Pizza did, for example, previously. There are around 300 IT specialists who are working daily on different CRM system, website, and all other applications that can be used by a realtor in order to automate, in order to make his life easier, in order to make some business processes more simple. So as a result, there is a complex of different tools and technologies that is included already in the package for the franchise. And there is nothing for him, let's say, to do even more, just to run the business, just to manage the team, and just to support people who is looking for some properties to sell or to buy. So this is, let's say, all in all, about our offer, let's say, about our business model. There is a lot of things that we are trying to do new in order to be successful on the market. You always should invent something. That's why we are always ready to support and to propose new partners and existing partners some new technologies, especially nowadays with COVID and everything. We are offering a lot of different tools that supports to complete the transaction online. So all the agreements, all the services can be provided online nowadays through our systems. So this is, let's say, all from our side, from my point of view. What also I can add, let's say, that there is no need a lot of time to prepare the strategy, to analyze the market, and then to launch the office. From our experience, it takes up to 3 months normally. And if you or your partners would be interested in opening your real estate agency in your city, please contact us and we will be supporting you on this interesting journey. And now I'm ready to answer some questions if you have any.
Thank you very much, Stepan. Just have a few questions. One of this question is which countries you already represented in? Just say a few words about that.
Okay, so of course we are presented already in Russia, which is obviously, yes. Also, we have a huge network already in Kazakhstan. We presented in Belarus, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, launching Georgia now. But also one of the latest, let's say, launches was the Czech Republic, obviously. We just launched in the beginning of this year in Prague with our own office, with our own branch. And now we're preparing ourselves for the launch of the franchise network in Czech Republic. Of course, after the getting to higher success in this market, we will be launching our offices in other countries, in European countries, and some other continents as well.
Thank you very much. So all other questions will come right on the conversation on our YouTube channel. So stay tuned. Please send your contact details to our chat, and we will transfer this to all viewers and participants. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you to all your team, and let's sell as much as possible franchise concept around the Europe and so on. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good luck to all.
Thank you very much. So we're going ahead, and I would like to introduce the next company. And before that, I want to say to our audience what is happening now here. Yes, that we have the very good and very strong community of the Topfranchise.com. And we're happy to launch this conversation here just for persons who just came. Just send your contact details to our chat on the comments. Say which country are you from, say where are you from, and what company do you have. So this is the platform where you can advertise your franchise too. This is the main purpose. This is a conference where the old leaders can say about yourself. So we go ahead, and the next speaker is Evgeny Karakowski. This is DEC International Franchise Development Manager, and I'm happy to introduce Evgeny. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, Vasil. Thanks, good.
Good.
Well, a little bit about myself. Just a minute. Okay, can you see the presentation? Okay, well, I'm development manager at CDEC company, and I'm in charge of searching and I'm in charge of searching and accompany our potential partners, and I'm responsible for opening our new branches of our company abroad. Regarding the history of CDEC company, we have been presented on the Russian market for 21 years. Moreover, during that time, we have expanded our presence to 23 countries, and it is due to our franchise system. So we provide a logistics solution for e-commerce and physical persons. Also, we provide franchising opportunities for our potential partners, and they can participate in various projects of our company, as well as integrate their own. And here you can see in which countries we are represented by our franchisees. Likewise, we have own branches in, back offices of the main company in Germany, China, and Kazakhstan. All of these pickup points, they work as our franchisees. It is about 3,300 all over the world. And for now, we are looking new partners in such countries as Germany, France, Spain, Italy, Portugal, Greece, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America. But we are ready to consider another countries. The main goal, the main idea of our franchise model is to empower our franchisees to be the profit owner, to be the owner of their revenue. That means that our franchise opens a pickup points in his country, and he gets two resources of income. First, he has a passive flow of customers to his office for B2C or C2C shipments. However, the most important source of income is the sales of courier services. It means that our franchisee finds potential clients. They might be online stores, marketplaces, manufacturers, or maybe company which need documental management. Yes, and At this point, he signs the contract with them, and he becomes the profit owner, regardless of the country of arrival, regardless of the country of departure, and he's the profit owner. His client may use any pickup point of any country, any city. Still, the contract owner will earn on this, and he will earn due to the difference between the client's tariff and the cost. It's about his margin is about 40%. And of course, all of our franchisees receive compensation of logistics operation, such as the first mile or the last mile, and receiving or issuing an order. And importantly, we have two requirements for future pickup points. The first, its area mustn't be less than 50 square meters, and it must be on the ground floor. Obviously, there is a lump sum payment. It ranged from $5,000 to $6,000. It depends on the country, and the royalty is provided too. It starts with 7 months, but the margin of the franchisees still remains at 40%. We provide for our potential partners assistance to construct delivery routes, to set up their warehouses and their sorting systems. We have our own CRM system, and we provide online training for manager and his employees. And of course, we have a media plan for each partner. We help them to be recognized on their market. In brief, as I said previously, we provide solutions for online shops and marketplace. We have products for physical persons, and of course, we provide B2B shipment. For now, we have top 5 areas for development with our franchisees. First of all, we actively develop cross-border delivery bypassing Russia. Every time we develop and upgrade our products for automatic IT integrations. We have our own CDEC fulfillment. It is such service that let our customers to save their products, save the goods on our warehouses. And we have our mail forwarding service and own marketplace, CDEC Market. So if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer it.
Thank you very much for your presentation. And could you please say a few words about your following plans? Where do you want to open the masters and the unit franchise in this year?
Yeah, as I said, for now, we are looking for new partners in European countries and the United States of America. And for now, we are ready to launch some offices in Spain. I mean, Alicante, Benidorm, Valencia. We are ready to open a few cities in Italy. And I think Portugal will be available soon.
Good. Thank you very much. Could you please say a few words about China? How is business in China? You have a good chain there, and how do you see what's happening now there with the franchise industry?
Well, we have no, the first priority for China for now. The main goal is European countries, but the Chinese market and our market grow every day due to COVID, due to the situation about COVID. This segment of the market is very loyal to the quarantine.
Yes, I see. I see. Okay. Thank you very much for your presentation. Wish you success in your development of the strong chain. I also heard that you are going to IPO, yes? Your company. Yes. So we have for this conference only IPO company, it seems. Thank you very much. So, yes. And we are going to the next speaker. We are moving now to the Western Europe, and now we give a word to the Mr. Felix David. Is our honorable expert of the European franchise industry. As you see, Albert Kong from Singapore, Felix is now in charge with the whole industry in Europe, and also we're very good friends. And Felix, I can see you. Nice to see you. Please go ahead.
Nice to see you, Vasil. Thank you very much for inviting me. Let me start my presentation. One moment. Why is it not working? Share screen. Yes. Can you see it right now?
Yes, exactly. We can see it well. Thank you.
Okay, now the right time for your franchise to expand to Europe is right now. Let me introduce myself. I have a problem, I think. One moment. Oh, I have to go back. So sorry. I'm Felix David from the Netherlands. I started my career as an officer in the Royal Dutch Army. After it, I was a real estate agent, but this was a too small business for myself. I wanted to join something very big. That's the reason I invested in a master franchise for an international real estate company, the world real estate leader. It's named Remax. I joined them in 1998 till 2009. After that, I sold my company and I started, because I loved the franchise industry, I started a franchise development consultancy and sales company, and I have now more than 20 years franchise experience. This is the company I started in the real estate. It was Remax. Why did I start with this company? Because I wanted to change the real estate industry. The real estate industry in Europe was totally different. The benefit of Remax, they were working with independent contractors, and that was a huge success to bring them to Europe. I want the opportunity to build something for myself, but not by myself. And I'm a winner, and I always like to join the best. That's the reason I joined this company. In less than 10 years, 1998 till 2009, we sold more than 100 franchises. We had a big real estate crisis that, as you all know, in 2008 and 2009. And that's the reason I lost some of my franchises. After it, I started my own career, skills of management and consultancy, and I always share my experience in being a master franchisee. I made mistakes and I always share my mistakes. And the biggest mistake was that my focus was too big. And I always tell my customers, to build a big business, you need a small focus. We are supporting international franchisors to develop their franchise into the European continent. And we have a big crisis at the moment because of the pandemic. And I always say a good franchise organizations work exactly like a virus, but in a positive sense. Someone gets infected with it, then infects the other, and if everyone does their job well, transmission goes very fast, and the franchise becomes a treat to the competition. And this is actually what a franchise company wants. They want to beat the competition. The situation because of COVID at the moment, we have a total lockdown in most of the European countries. Most companies are closed. My government last night at 8 o'clock, they announced that at the end of this month, the 28th of April, we're going to change a little bit. We're going to lose the curfew. We had an evening clock for more than 3 months. They are going to open the high schools. They are opening the shops. Only the restaurants and the bars stay closed. They only open the terraces only in the afternoon. And that's actually not so nice because most people are working from 12 till 6. But that seems that there is going to be a little bit better. We see that our government is doing an incredible job to contribute to wage costs. They help business owners. They help entrepreneurs. And we see, of course, of COVID-19, I think it's all of the countries all over the world. We see that the unemployment is rising at the moment. The franchisee industry in Europe has one of the most developed franchise industry of the world. Many franchisors expand their brands across Europe by recruiting masters. And many franchisors are so smart that they are not making the mistake that I make to want to do everything by yourself, but they are using the services of Europe-based franchise consulting companies. Before COVID-19, we had every year an exponential growth, and only in my country, the Netherlands, in 2019, we had around 950 franchise brands. The franchise is around 5% of the GDP. And since COVID in 2020, we have an economic downturn. But I'm totally confident that the industry will change very fast. We are working hard now on the vaccinations. And I see people are doing much better, companies are doing much better, and even startups are doing much better. The development that I see in the franchise in 2021, the market for new franchise development around Europe will remain robust and strong. We will have excellent reasons to start a business during a down economy. Existing companies will franchise their business. They are in business and they figured out that this crisis dropped them down. And we can prove them that after a crisis, a franchise always will grow even faster as it did before. Yes, it's a great time for many entrepreneurs' dream, and smart investors will always make money, not excuses. The reasons to start a business during a down economy: raw materials and goods are much cheaper than usually. The number of competitors is going down. People are always looking to save money. That's not only in my country, that's all over the world. You can save a bundle on interest. The money is very, very cheap here in Europe, and people are always looking for innovations. Why will companies franchise their business? Because they get lower cost. The management, when you work with independent contractors, with franchisees, you have a simpler management than people having on your payroll. You have less concerns. You have a faster expansion. Your market penetration should be much better because you have, when you own a master franchisee, you have your franchisees that owns a unit and they help you to expand your brand all over Europe. It's a greater commitment and less recruitment. Recruitment is the toughest part, and international potential, that's one of the huge benefits that we see now inside the franchise industry. What you have to do to expand your franchise globally or to Europe: stay focused on your active business and work together with franchise consultancies that know the industry. Don't make mistakes. Get knowledge about master franchising. When you want to know more about master franchising, I know Vasil can help you with that, and you can contact me as well. Take care for the legalization of your franchise. Take care for good franchise agreements and franchise operations manual. The registration of your trademark in the World Intellectual Property Organization. When you invest a lot of money in your brand, take care that no one will steal your brand and your trademarks. Know how to sell franchises. I mentioned here Paris. We spoke to Sylvie, the director of the expo and the franchise expo in Paris. I join this show every year, and I sold many franchises only because the visitors that joined the show. Screen your franchisees because you invest a lot of money. Don't make the mistake that you bring the wrong people on board. And therefore, you need also a good franchise agreement. When you make the mistake bringing the wrong person on board, that you can find solutions for that. Support your franchisees. Your franchisees are your most important assets, especially in this time that we are in the crisis right now. Give them a good support and focus on your market share. Follow this brands. I worked in 2021. I have some new customers. We just spoke to ATG.com. I helped them last year to develop their operations manual. These are brands that made a decision to enter the European market, and my company is working now for most of them to prepare all the legalization, documentation, and registration of the trademarks in Europe. Stay focused. The pandemic won't change the franchise industry. It will open closed doors for all of you as franchisors. Many franchisees will join, and as an existing franchisor, show leadership. I told you before, your franchisees are your most important assets, and especially they need your support at this moment. When you have questions, here are my contact details. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the right time for your franchise to expand to Europe is exactly right now. Thank you very much for your attendance.
Felix, thank you. Thank you for the good presentation. So could you please say a few words about the Netherlands? What's happening now? How is feeling the franchise industry in Northern and Western Europe?
No, the franchise industry is doing well. That's not an issue. But when you have to realize when all the restaurants are closed since 6 months, the franchise industries in the food sector, they have found solutions. And I see many good things going on. They have takeaways that is very new in their concept. And of course, yes, they lost money. They did not show good results like they did before the crisis. Hey, but do you know what's the benefit? After the rain, the sun will shine again. And that's what I see. We are good on our way with vaccinations. We will open the restaurants, I think, during the summertime. And that's the benefit of a franchise. You have an international frame and an international network and experience. You can share your ideas with people outside your country. That's the benefit why I joined Remax as well. I learned a lot from people in the USA. I learned from Italy, from Spain, from every country. And that's the reason I'm a strong believer about master franchising.
I see. Thank you very much. So I'm really happy that you are looking so healthy and so passionate. It's really good. Yes. So what would you advise to the people who is watching us for the make decision? What they want to buy the franchise? The most of our audience today is the people who is going to make a right choice. What is the main advice that you can give them?
Do some good research about the franchise. Do some good research about their agreement, that they have a good agreement. Most franchise agreements are only one-sided. Do a very good research on it and take care that they give you all the documents that you need to make a smart decision. And I know for myself, I invest a lot of money to join a franchise, and the benefit is it brought me more than I invested in it. And this should be a franchise company.
Okay, thank you very much, Felix. Stay healthy. We go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Let's develop the franchise industry in Europe. And I want to give a word for our next speaker. We are still in Europe. We're still in Eastern Europe. It's Ilya Samsonenko from one of the ancient city of Russia. It's from Yaroslavl, and the co-founder of the franchise concept of the shoe repair, two brothers.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Hello. Just let me open my presentation first. If you do this, hello. It's very great to see all of you guys. Thank you for such a great opportunity to participate in such a great things. Actually, I would say it's my first experience to talk about my franchise in English. So please, just go ahead. Okay. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Yulia Samsonenko, and as everybody said, how old is he or she? I'm 44. I have 17 years of work experience, and I'm also not only a business lady, I'm also a mother. I have 3 beautiful daughters and a wonderful husband. And actually, I'm usually regular to sell my business, I would say, since like 2007. I was it was my first experience to sell business. It was nightclub, and then I decided to do something as a regular basis. So I decided to do franchising in 2 spheres. My first experience was Shoe Laundry 2 Brothers. Now we have 17 branch offices, not only in Russia. We also have it 2 partners in Belarus, in Minsk and Grodno, and also in Kazakhstan. And we also have some requests from if I'm not mistaken, from Romania and also United Arab Emirates, and a couple of requests from the United States of America. I think it shows that our services are in great demand, even in not only in the Eastern Europe, but even abroad. And our brand new franchise is very bright and very creative, I would say. It's Bar Museum of Vasilorshkin, and I will tell like shortly about it. First of all, I would say I want to meet you with the figures. That's the most important thing. Like Bar Museum, it's total amount of investments you can see. It's almost $100,000, including lump sum. Royalty rate is like 4%, and return on investments, it's something like 1.5 years. If you are talking about shoe clean restoration, this franchise is more affordable, I would say. It's about $30,000 US, including lump sum, and royalty rate is 5%, and return on investment, usually it's 1 hour or 1 year, sorry. More information you can find on our landing pages for Bar Museum and for 2 Brothers. Let me say shortly about franchise number 1. It's very picturesque, I would say, because it's a mix of museum, bar, and souvenir shop. When we have launched it, we decided to do something like a Hard Rock Cafe or something, when you can eat, buy some beverages, and also buy some merchandising. And everything in Bar Museum is based on Vasilorshkin art. And the most fantastic things about our first franchise is that it was sold before making a prototype. It was sold as an idea, and it's a very unique situation in our restaurant business, because restaurants can do anything without any franchising. But now it's like it has been starting 1.5 months, but it was sold 1 year before. But the reason why we have stopped, of course, you know it, it's a pandemic. But now we are very satisfied and happy with figures, with money we got, because the financial model is fully approved by the practice. Just meet the artist. You can see he's kind of friendly. He's very, very talented one. He's a friend of us, and also he's a partner of us. But he's number 1, I would say, Russian artist, known as most popular brunette artist. And internet people call him New Walt Disney, but not with maces, but with cats. He's an author of famous red cats. You can see some pictures of him. And he also creates something like 4,500 paintings at least, and his personal exhibition took place in Russian cities. Also, he had an exhibition in Prague 3 years ago, and it were visited not only Prague but all exhibition, but more than 500,000 people. So here you can see the picture of our Kazan Bar Museum. Please come to Kazan. I think you will love not only the city, but our place, because we have wonderful food. It's traditional Russian food. It's cheburek. You should try it. And we have a lot of beverages, and also we have a lot of merchandise stuff in it. So as you remember, we have only one Bar Museum, but we have several offers from different cities of our country. So we are looking forward to go through the whole of Russia. And the second franchise, it's more, I would say, traditional and successful, because we have been working as a shoe laundry for 4 years. And we have 17 franchises based in Russia. As I said, 2 of our partners based in Belarus and Kazakhstan. So we have sold 2 franchises abroad. So what we do? We do cleaning, coloring, repairing shoes and bags. You know, it's kind of very popular right now, because a lot of people thinking about like conscious consumption and other stuff like that. 1 year ago, 2 brothers entered to the list of top 500 Russian franchise, and we ranked number 68. It was a very great surprise for us, but we are really proud of it. You can see our map, mostly in the European part of Russia, but we are thinking about moving forward to the north, to the east, to the west, whatever. Our motto is that with 2 brothers, your shoes will serve you 2 times longer. And we have hashtag as new ones. And here you can see the examples of our work. And in our Instagram accounts, we use only our works without any Photoshop, only shooting. Demand for our services is quite obvious, because cleaning is much cheaper than purchase. A regular shoe care can make your shoes serve even 2 times longer. We always have work. For example, right now we have a lot of sneakers or white shoes before summer period. During the winter time, we do a lot of cleaning and coloring oogies, some winter shoes and other sport shoes for skiing, for skating, and all the time. So we don't have any low or high season. We have work all the time. We offer our clients one window. When the client comes to our place, he gets like repairing, cleaning, coloring, and azonation, and also restoration of the item he brought. And as I said before, we are for conscious consumption. So do not buy a lot of things. Please keep them in an appropriate way. And finally, 1 year ago, we have faced with a surprisingly idea that we had work during the pandemic, because people think about savings, they think about like future, they also do some decluttering, and we also had a lot of work even when everything was closed. You can also meet with market analytics for investors. So we have a franchise which had like 1 year of returning of investments, and we also are very stable in our native city in Yaroslavl. So we have a lot of information, and we also are not against our partners, our future partners, to talk to our current partners. Some figures, please meet them. So about like average quantity or quality of shoes we repair and clean. About our income, it's like 10 or 12,000 US dollars, and average monthly profit, it's something like 30% of it. And we are proud that 45% of our clients come to us by recommendation, and 40% of them became our regular clients. And it's not only for such big cities. We are not big city. We have only like 600,000 people in Yaroslavl, but we also open our 2 brothers shoe laundry in Blagoveshchensk, with like 200,000 people. With Krasnodar, it's almost 1 million people. And 2 days before, or 2 days ago, I'm proud to say that we have signed the contract for master franchise for Moscow, the capital of our city. So please welcome us in Moscow. Which includes in cost of the franchise of two brothers, business plan as usual, equipment and materials. It's important, all the equipment and all the stuff we provide to our partners. Design project is made by our designer, checklist, consulting support, description, business process, staff training, technical support, SMM support, whatever. We are fully opened to help our partners to be successful on the market. And that's why we decided to take royalty only from the 7th month from the beginning of working opening. Here you can see figures I've talking about. And here you can see also meet the reviews of our real partners. So please ask Vasil and his team to send you my presentation in order you can just have time to read it more carefully. And if you want to talk to us, so please go ahead. We are open and we are ready to tell everything, to show all the figures, and we are greatly waiting for you guys to meet us in Europe and abroad Russia. So I think I'm done. Hello.
Julia, thank you very much for your presentation. Yes, I'm so happy that you are so so beauty, and we have not so many ladies for this conference. Yes, thank you very much for the participating. Yes, to make it more beautiful, make more beautiful conference. I already post the stories to the Instagram that with your franchise, it's not a conference, it's a global franchise carnival. So already, so yes, thank you for your explanation. Very good business. So what is your target countries? Where do you want to come this year?
Well, actually, we already had some requests from Prague. When we opened with the Vasyaloshkin bar in Kazan, occasionally one guy said that he lives in Prague. Right now he's living in Prague, but he had a family in Kazan. So he said, let's think about it. So actually we're thinking about Russia, but if we have any offers from Europe, so we will be very happy to meet the offer. But I'm thinking about like big cities with a lot of tourists, because it's a great, like Vasyaloshkin Bar Muzey, it's a great thing for like Berlin, for Prague, I would say, for Barcelona, but they are now closed because of pandemic. But I'm really hoping that everything's gonna everything's gone, and we will be with our red cats in Europe.
Yes, I recognize on your conversation that you have 3 daughters and 2 brothers, right?
Yes, I have 1 sister and 2 brothers. 1 real sister and 2. Why they are real? So absolutely.
Okay, nice, very good. Thank you very much for your conversation. We go ahead. Yes, and please type your contact to our chat. We will let know our audience. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Take care.
Come to Yaroslavl and come to Kazan, please.
Okay, thank you. Let's go ahead. I would like to introduce Mikhail Khabirov. It's the representative of the company ID World. It's the new franchise. It's IT franchise. As I promised that today we have the very huge amount of the IT franchise concept. You already heard about Dodo IS and also about WOW Geo. But now let's talk about new technologies. Mikhail, please go ahead.
Thank you, Vasil. We're very pleased to participate in such a global and interesting online event. Just give me a few seconds. I will switch on the demonstration screen. So I welcome all the participants. My name is Mikhail, and I'm a project manager of ID World company. Let me suggest to you the next plan of my presentation. First, I will say a few words about our company. Then I will show you how one of our IT solutions work. And I will try to give you a clear understanding of our franchise offer. So let's start from our company. ID World is an international innovating IT company which develops and embeds software solutions for remote customers identification. Our team has been working since 2010. Our solutions are used by a wide range of businesses. Among them are mobile operators, financial institutions, medical organizations, and many others. For better understanding, I will show you one of solutions, which is called ID Abonent, so that you could see the quality of our service. So now let's just imagine that some mobile operator in some country wants to expand its business to get more clients, and it decides to sell SIM cards not only in his office, but in any points of sales. It can be shops, it can be well, any place where some products are sold. So he gives his SIM card to this point of sale. He puts a barcode, a special barcode with a special number on it. And just imagine a subscriber goes to the shop, buys a SIM card, and he doesn't need to go to the operator's office to activate it. The only thing that he should do is to download our application, scan the barcode, and scan his face, scan his documents here, scan his registration address, read carefully the contract, and if everything is okay, he draws his signature on the screen of his mobile phone, and that's it. The SIM card will be active, and he can already use it without leaving his home. Actually, that's very perfect. That's very interesting and comfortable for the customer. It's concerning our solution. Now, about our franchise. In 2021, we launched our franchise. Now, I will speak about it more in a detailed way. Our franchise solution gives a possibility for a franchisee to connect to a ready-made software system, which is made for remote contract signing and activation of seller services. By using our solution, different businesses can attract new clients from all over the world. Our service can be used in sales of goods and services which need customers' identification. Now, for example, as I already showed you, for connecting mobile operator subscribers in telemedicine, in banking, tourism and hospitality business can use it, fitness services, and of course, many other businesses. For using our solution, the company needs to do only two steps. First is to connect to our cloud platform on our server. Second, its customer needs to download our application from Google Store, from Google Play or App Store. The document authenticity and its matching with customer's personality is checked with the usage of our own unique and partner developments, which eliminates fraud attempts or using someone else's documents. The access to the ID World software products is granted in the form of client-server solution. Franchisee corporate clients will be able to start using the solution without wasting time on software installing and staff training. Composite components of the system are, the first, it is the server with the personal accounts of franchisee and franchisee's corporate clients. The second is the application for individual customers, which is downloaded through Google Play or App Store, as I already said. Personal accounts allow to track the amount of transactions, its size, and the assignment of money funds. Our platform provides interaction with 4 applications. So first, it is ID Link. It is developed for mobile operators supporting eSIM technology. It allows to connect subscribers remotely to eSIM services and make verification of subscribers. Also, customers can get an instant access to mobile operator service and 24 hours international customer care. Second, ID Abonent, which I already showed you on our presentation. It is developed for mobile operators also. It allows to activate new SIM cards, I mean classical SIM cards, and make verification of subscribers' ID. Number three, ID Client. It is developed for a wide range of businesses offering their services remotely. Financial institutions, medical organizations, also online trainings, bookmakers shops, microfinance providers, and many, many others. It allows to sign contracts with customers remotely. And number four, it is ID Guest. It is developed for businesses which need employees' authorization and customers' identification. Some examples, it may be some pass entry systems, equipment access, search and service, or info access. The access to the platform for the end corporate clients is granted for free. They pay only for a connected individual customer. Now, speaking about the requirements for franchisees. A franchisee must buy or rent a server provisioning. Servers must be located on the territory corresponding to the personal data of citizens they contain. Main advantage of ID World platform is that it allows its corporate clients to expand their business and footprints without spending for opening new offices, point of sales, some extra staff, buying some additional software, etc. At the moment, we are interested in franchisees from all over the world, from all countries and continents. So please do not hesitate to contact us at the email you can see on your screen right now. We'll be happy to organize an individual online call and, of course, answer all your questions. So I thank all the participants for the attention. Thank you, and wish you to have a nice day, the rest of the day.
Yes, we have some delay. So thank you very much for your conversation, for the presentation of your service. How do you think, which kind of European countries you see would be the first one? Which countries are you targeting?
Well, actually, we do not emphasize some territory. As I already said, any country can be our client, but of course, we are more maybe interested in countries with the amount of cellular phones who support eSIM technology, because one of our products is made especially for eSIM. But actually, it's not obligatory. Any country is welcome, of course.
Thank you. What is your vision about this technology? Where it is can be used in the future? So you are now disrupting the identification, I think. So what do you think? What kind of the industries also should think about that?
Well, actually, as I already said, great variety of industries can use it. I mean, identification. And of course, not only mobile operators, but surely they go first, but actually any business with clients. If a business has clients and it has some remote work, it can use this service.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I wish you success in the franchise industry, in the global expansion. Very good presentation. I think is with also please send your contact details to the chat and your presentation. We will also spread this to our audience. Thank you very much. And we're going ahead. And the next speaker is Anton. And he's one of the owner of the Clean Brothers residential cleaning company. And now we have a few words about your IT company. Also, it's another IT company that is now it's in a few countries and is going global. How are you doing, Anton?
Yes, hello, good afternoon, everyone. You hear me well?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for this great platform where we can exchange our knowledge, our experience, and I listened all through the conference, and it's very interesting, very useful, even for me. So let me first share my screen now. Just a second. Okay. Okay, so here it is. And you should see my presentation right now. Is it okay?
Yes, we can see it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me first start with some general information about the company. So we are now talking about the Clean Bros company, which provides the service of cleaning the private flats, private houses, as well as the offices and some commercial spaces. And this business exists starting from 2014, and it's growing right now. In 2019, we launched the first franchise, and it's about 40 franchises right now in Russia. So let me first, I think, go through the team, and you can see me and my partner here, with whom we are going through this business. And let me first tell a few things about myself. So I'm in a business, in entrepreneurship for about 15 years right now, but I have some pretty unique experience being in the international corporations all this time in parallel with making my own business. So in 2007, I joined the Michelin team, the French company, international company, where I grew from the product manager to head of all product of Russia and CS markets. And in parallel, already then I started my first business with the supercars and events and some marketing stuff around that. So after that, I joined the General Motors company, where I led the like 80% of production in Russia. So you can see it's pretty diversified experience I have. And I've been spent there for like 5 years, and then was my first like leave from the huge company to my own business. I started my private, let's say, wood mulching business. It was more dedicated to some bad things happening with the fires around the Moscow that time. It was about 2011, I think, 12. And I grew this company for like 50 people, and then sold it to the partners, to my investors. After that, I joined some pretty famous and very interesting experience launching the first luxury brand, automotive luxury brand for our president. And I was the head of sales for all the scientific institute, which developed this brand and these cars, and as well as the head of sales for all these unique cars as well. So right now I'm leading, and I'm a co-founder of and operational manager of the company Clean Bros. As well, I have some business in art and in CGI, and which is a 3D modeling, and in selling the cars as well, some auctions, and it's more like an IT business overall. So why I'm saying giving such a precise information about my experience, I just want to mention that you know, when potential partner buys a franchise, it's not the package goes not only with some business model, materials, and financial systems, but with personal experience as well, with which we will support our partners in every step. So that's important to understand the franchise not only the business model, but the all the time support of the head office as well. So let's go again to some figures, and we started in 2019. The first franchises I told in Russia. So now for today we have close to 40 franchises in Russia, one in former CIS. So in Kazakhstan we just opened that. As of now we are opening another one as if we're talking with you in Moscow area. So we're growing about 2 to 3 franchises in a month, and now we are coming to having a first franchise abroad. And once again, Vasily and Topfranchise team, thank you a lot for leading us to this, and it's great support as always. Okay, so now about a bit more details about our company. So our potential partners, as I told, will get all the experience, but as well they will get all prepared information, the great team which already exists, and they will get all the support throughout the launching the product, launching the business in a specific region, and entirely nice and clean business model. Okay, so we are a technological company, and I mentioned some IT projects we have already right now. So through this year, we grew up the very strong IT team in our company. So that's why we have a pretty strong technical solutions, as well as our own CRM and ERP system, which is a pretty rare thing in our business. And we made it from the scratch. It's our own. It's not based on any other platforms. So it's fine-tuned specifically for needs of our business, and it's very useful for automation of the project of the process. I'm sorry. With that, we provide for our clients very well designed, very useful, very handy mobile applications, as well as for Android and Apple, which provides the great solutions for the client to create the map of own flat or house or office, which will support us and help us to provide the best service, and for the cleaner to know the best how to make all the process and provide the service in the best way. So it gives the real-time communication with our team, with our managers, and as well as with the cleaners. And there are a lot of other solutions like a planning of the cleanings for the future, like a series of cleanings, like feedbacks, favorite cleaners, etc., etc. From the other side, for the cleaners, we have a great solution as a mobile application as well, where they can choose the orders, where they can see it on the map, when they can plan their working days, because it's they are free to organize themselves how they want. They can see the specifics of each order, and this gives them a great automatic solution as well, because it's calculate the price of the final order. It provides the timing. It provides the step-by-step leading for the cleaner, how to make the photos, and how to step-by-step communicate with the client, which is really important for in such intimate business like a cleaning of the personal flats and houses. So now we even including some machine learning in this. So for your example, now the application even can understand if the cleaner is tired or not, if he have the uniform, and provide the feedback automatically to the CRM system, so we can see and control the quality of all the services throughout the whole process. Okay, so why we are a good solution for franchise internationally wise? So we are not only already made business, but we are proven working model for start business, for successful business with a low cost, which is important for sure. We have a very short payback period, which is 8 months, and we are now shortening it even more. We are now included in official list of Russian Franchising Association, and even we are the one and only cleaning company in Russia, which is supported by the biggest government bank in Russia, which means it's a kind of trust we have. So, as well as the application and IT solutions, we provide all marketing and all the design package. So all the advertising and targeting campaigns are now developed and clearly could be implemented in any region, in any part of the world. So for the service itself and for the to lead it in the best quality, we have, of course, the trainings, the whole program of trainings for the managers, for the cleaners, to make sure all the materials will be used the best way, that clients will get the best service. And these trainings are already prepared, including the video materials, photo materials, some kind of tests, which are, of course, included in our applications as well. So this gives us an opportunity to automate most of the process, so it gives the pretty great service for the business owner, which helps to, you know, control the business day by day very precisely. And we are, of course, supporting each franchise, even which we are working now with for 3-4 years. We still supporting them. And here you see the timing of the launch, which gives us a pretty short time for the first income and for the first results, which are around 4 months. Okay, then I think that's all from my side. Thank you very much. And thank you, Vasil, for giving this opportunity to speak up and show our business. Thank you. You are on the mute, I think, Vasil. Vasil, we don't hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you very much for your presentation. I have a question. Where do you want to find the first franchisee or the master franchisee? Which countries are you targeting?
Well, you know, we are not really limited to the geographically to the countries, but I have a great experience working in a business in Europe and United States. So it's very close to myself. I know the market very well. I know the business very well there. So it is easier for me. But of course, Asia, for sure, India, and East markets as well.
Good, good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I wish you success in the global expansion. So we have a next speaker now, and it is Gleb Kharitonov now joining us. And I have a few words to our audience who is now just connected to us. Just say where are you from, say your name, and please give us the contact of your franchise if you are the franchise owner, and please promote your franchise in our comments. Thank you very much. Now I want to introduce you our next speaker. It's an exciting company, Briskly. It's a new way to buy goods in retail, and also the exciting speaker, it's Gleb Kharitonov. Gleb, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, Vasil.
Good, good. Glad to hear you. So please say a few words about your company, about your franchise expansion in the global market. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for introducing, Vasil. So our company Briskly makes an technology for autonomous trade. Our company is a franchising company, and we grow with our franchisee in Russia and trying to find some master franchisee in some countries. Now in our company works something more than 140 people, including developers, including staff factory and operational persons. So our company is trying to save the world from the queues. All people all over the world lose in a queues 5.5 days per year. And our company and our application can help to people to don't lose this time in the queues. How we do it? We do it with our software and our hardware. Our software can make technology to trade with our stuff. It is scan and pay technology. We use a smartphone application to make a cashless store with application. People just go inside the store, scanning barcodes from the shelves, and buying everything in his own phone. And all transactions are going through the internet, direct from his bank account to bank account of company where he buy something. We make a business cabinet with our companies who use our technology. They manage all assortment discounts and watch videos from cameras in micro markets and monitor everything with their business. Also, we are a hardware company, and we produced some hardware stuff. It is briskly model. It is a technology that include in all fridges to make micro markets from the fridges. We make typical normal fridges without any technology, and we make smart refrigerators that is the smallest retail. Also, we make a card payment terminal that you can put on the fridge, and the coffee machines and the coffee points. Our technology we create for retailers, for food producers, and investors and entrepreneurs. That means that you can invest just 1,100 rubles into one micro market, and you can make a smallest business, and you can turn your money back just in a few months. Benefits for retailers with our technology is a higher average check. With paying via BPay, we make a average check more than 19%. Most successful projects for now, we sold more than 700 micro markets in 40 regions of Russia and 5 countries. So that's all. You can ask me if you want.
Thank you very much, Gleb. So I don't see you. I think it's some problems, yes, with the camera, but the presentation was really useful.
Oh, I'm here.
Thank you very much. Oh, we can see you well. Yes. Nice to see you. Yes, the presentation is very nice. So the main question is, which countries are you going to? What is your main aims and targets where you want to go this year?
This year, we want to go to Germany, to Italy, and to France. It's target countries for us. And already we work in Germany, we work in Belarus, Ukraine, and Kazakhstan now.
Yeah, very nice. It's very good. So thank you for your presentation. I wish you success in the global expansion. And please type your contact details to the chat. We will take it to our audience. Thank you very much. Nice to see you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, it's really good. let's go on. And now we're moving to next European country, to Chisinau city, and maybe the Ruslan is from there right now. Or where are you now, Ruslan? Hello.
Hello, Vasil. Yes, I am in Chisinau now.
Good, good.
Inviting me.
Yeah, so do you have a presentation just to say a few words about Tucano coffee?
Yes, sure.
Good, good. So let's go on. Thank you very much.
Okay. My name is Ruslan Kozhukaru. I am 43. I am from Chisinau, Moldavia. I am a happy husband and father of 3 daughters. Also, I like mountains, trail running, yoga, and Oriental culture. And now I want to introduce our child, Tucano Coffee. It's a brand which comes from my passions. I like rock and roll, I like hippie culture also, and art. And Tucano is a combination of everything. But first of all, it's not about coffee, it's more about atmosphere and emotions. Because now everybody looks more, not just for commodities, for caffeine, but our guests look for emotional experience. And I will share my screen in a second. It's our patterns. We were inspired from Latin America, from Indian people. They are very bright, colorful, and we paint everything in that kind of patterns. We use them in our interiors, in branding, in promotions, in everything. Love Peace Coffee is our slogan, our motto, and maybe our philosophy, our mission. Also, we try to live love and peace, and to transfer it to our guests. It's our first coffee shop in Romania. It's our second country, but now it's our main country. It's our first franchising in UAE. That location is very good. They returned their investment in 1 year, and now we have 9 years. And it's our geography. We have around 35 locations now. Most of them are in Romania and Moldova, but we have some masters in UAE now and in Saudi, and we hope that Tucano will develop there. There are many coffee shops, a lot of in every country, but Tucano try to be different. First of all, we have our main own roastery, and we buy from different distributors specialty beans, and we roast them, and we promote the idea of coffee as a wine. Coffee where the taste, the region, and the barista culture is very important. And also we have colorful and very, I can see, happy interiors with happy faces, because our main product is not coffee, is atmosphere. Every location has a country where we promote the culture of that country. Also, we are specialists in cheesecakes. We have our own laboratory and around 30 kinds of cheesecakes. We love them. We innovate in beans. We have also a parallel business, coffee beans. Every partner has possibility to resell three kinds of beans, and we sell them in supermarkets, in Horeca and offices. Also, another idea is another value is trees. We have a challenge application where our guests can plant a tree for every 15th visit, and it's a kind of gamification. They have their board where they put a tree when they earn it, and our guests collect trees. We make Summer of Loves. It's a kind of hippie festivals where our culture is presented. And sure, our main Tucano is people, and we invest a lot in their trainings and their, I can say, personalities, soft skills, and our dream is to move in 1 year to self-management. We plan to have no bosses, no managers, only self-management. It will be a holocracy, sorry, and we are confident that people will grow a lot, and our guests will be happy, because happy people is about happy guests. Some figures. It's investment in one big coffee shop, 100 to 20,000 euro. The ROI is 36 months. We have 12, but we say 36 every year, excepting last year 10% like-for-like sales. But for us, it's a big success that we didn't close coffee shops during the pandemic years. We opened 6 more, and we are very happy that our partners are strong. And 85% is NPS, Net Promoter Score, of our people. Our target is 90, but it's a very high level. And we own 25% of locations. And I want to end with the love peace coffee to everybody. Thank you. Vasil?
Can you hear me well? Yes. Thank you very much for this presentation. So you opened for this pandemic the new stores, right?
Six stores.
6 stores. So what is the plan for this following year in 2021?
We plan to open around 20 stores, including our master partners. But let's see, because now in regions, in many regions, the locations are still with limits, and we'll see. But I am confident that year is the year of opportunity, because we have a lot of very good places, but our business is about places.
So. Yes, I hope so. Could you please tell what is happening now in your country, in Moldova, and in Romania, and in other countries where you now located? Where is the good conditions already, and where is the worst conditions? Could you please say?
Romania is better, because the vaccination process is very high, and I suppose in maximum 2 months everything will work, and around 70% of population will be vaccinated, and a lot of support from European community, and the perspective is very high, and also the economic growth is amazing. Romania, I think, now is in top 3 for economic growth in Europe.
Very important, very good. So where is the hard conditions now?
Hey, Moldova is harder because because we don't have a lot of support, and the vaccination also is on low stage. But we are optimists, and
yeah.
and
So really, I trust in Eastern Europe at all. I trust in all countries from former USSR republics, former USSR, and really, I wish you success in occupying the the continent, actually, yes, and go to other continents. And we would like to help you also in our marketplace, and we are happy that we cooperate. And thank you to all your team for cooperation. Thank you very much. Wish you success.
thank you, Vasil.
Thank you, Ruslan. Take care. Stay
Love and peace.
healthy to all your family and your colleagues. Thank you. So
Thanks.
let's go with us to the America. Now is the last speaker for today, and I would like to introduce Mr. Alex Depassier. It's now he's waking up in the New York area, and I'm really happy that we finally done all our conference for today. We saw people from Singapore, from Europe, and now from the USA. How are you doing, Alex?
We're great, my friend. How are you doing in Russia? All my friends in
yeah,
Russia.
we're quite well, yes.
I'm hoping that I'm going to get to come and visit you finally in Russia. I don't know. Hopefully things are getting a little bit there with the vaccination process and whatnot, but it is here in America. So we're getting back to business, which is a positive thing for business expansion into America.
Yeah, so that is my questions. Yes, that's first question is what's happening now in the franchise industry in the US? Yes, how do you see that? What is the main we're finally going to be positive?
Yeah, you know, there has been no slowdowns in America as far as franchising is going right now. You know, when you see times where economic crisis or job unemployment rates go up in America, franchising has the inverse effect, and it just booms, right? Because people are leaving corporate jobs and are looking for business opportunities, right? So franchising business thrives during those periods of time. Well, and as well as here in America, we have a very growing, aging population. About 10,000 individuals per year are retiring or are hitting that retirement age. So what does that mean? They're not just stopping and quitting work. They are looking to continue, but own their own business and own their own franchise. You know, where they say the streets of America, they used to say, are paved with gold. They're paved with franchising. I mean, franchising here in America is everything. You want to buy a car, you go to a franchise outlet. You want to see a sports team, you go to a franchise outlet. You want to buy a TV, franchise outlet. Anything, you go out to eat, franchising. It's very, very accepted, but it's also very competitive. And, you know, there's some barriers to get into the market.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that it's continuing. Yes, in the franchise industry, the life is continuing. So what is the main trends or maybe the exciting companies now going very well in the US? Maybe some of the examples that you like really personally.
Yeah, I think over this past year, we've seen during COVID this boom in real estate, which has resulted in any type of franchise having to do with construction, housing, building, any sort of type of franchise like that or business have just been exploding. I mean, we're seeing some franchises here in America that are starting, you know, within 2-3 years, over 100 locations sold. There's a couple that are in the business service sector that have 400 or 500. Those are anomalies. That's not the norm. But anything having to do with construction and housing. We're also seeing a shift from dine-in restaurants, F&B market, moving to more of a quick serve, you know, with delivery options that are really popular right now. So there's some shifts taking place in the market. You know, there's thousands of franchises here. You know, it's important for any of your viewers, anybody that is thinking about expanding, I don't care even if you're thinking about expanding outside of Russia, you have to make sure that the foundation, everything that you have in place in your country with your franchise system is solid. Franchisee validation is solid. Franchisees are earning money because it's twice as hard once you go outside of your country to control, and then it comes into a whole part of being able to bring on that right franchise business partner. It's very profitable. There's a lot of upside to it as far as diversification throughout the world, which, Vasil and his team at Topfranchise do an amazing job at doing. But, I sometimes see people prematurely want to go international when things back home are not 100% in place.
Good. So, Alex, could you please say a few words about yourself, about your experience in franchising? Because you know that today we have a lot very exciting speakers, and one of them is Felix David. I would like also to introduce you to each other. Felix is the former master of the Remax, and in Netherlands and northern Europe, and I know that you have experience in the Remax also, so please say a few words about yourself to our audience. It would be very interesting.
Sure. Yeah, so my experience, I started off my career working on Wall Street for Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter, then went into teaching and started my own franchise company. It was happened to be a real estate company that offered one-stop shop. This was before there were any sorts of one-stop shops. I grew that to just under 200 locations throughout the world, ended up selling that to a private equity company, and then went on to head up the international division for Edible Arrangements, which is one of the top 25 franchises in the world. They've got about 1,500 locations. And help them expand into Middle East, Asia, and other countries, which was an incredible learning experience. In addition to that, I've worked with a lot of other larger American franchises on their teams. One of them, yes, is Remax, which Felix would know. The story. If there's a franchise book that you should read and learn about, it's the individuals that own the master franchise rights to all of Europe, to all of Canada. They're Walter Schneider and Frank Polzer, two amazing individuals that own probably more than 1/3 of the agent count within Remax. So, and in addition to that, I've been doing franchising and international business for 20 plus years. I've got franchise consultants all around America and throughout the world, working with Vasil and his team and many others to expand into Asia, China specifically. We have in-country partners, Middle East. Yeah.
Good. So very exciting story. Yes. So please say a few words about what is necessary to go into American market, because we have on our marketplace, topfranchise.com, requests, the companies, the franchisors, they want to go to American market. And I know there is one of the most experienced and the hardest market. So what is your suggestion to start franchise business in the USA?
Yeah, I mean, the first step is to, consult with Vasil and his team, and then with myself. If your franchise is not going to be a fit, there's one thing I do is I talk honestly, and I'll tell you yes or no, whether or not, to waste your money or not waste your money. I've got a very good handle on business within America and know what type of business is going to succeed and which one is not going to succeed. After that, if we see that it is a fit, it's not like just developing or selling into a country like China or Middle East or some of these countries. You have to actually produce a franchise disclosure document that is over 200 pages. Then we have to register that document with each one of the states. Each state has an approval process. We have to trademark. So there's a lot of steps that have to take place to get your market even in your business even into the American market. But the best way to enter it is with finding a master franchise partner that has the experience, maybe as an experience. We work with a lot of subway multi-unit operators and other existing franchises that are looking for opportunities to take it to the next level and have a master franchise rights for the country and develop it. So we can introduce you to those partners.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you very much, Alex. I really appreciate that that you now wake up so early to join us, and we have a lot of the audience from the USA already looking us because now it's in the morning. And I just want to summarize that finally the franchise industry in USA is alive, right?
The franchising industry is very alive. We have opened up the country. 50%. The vaccination rollouts have gone, really quickly. We will probably, be back to normal. Everything open with no restrictions within the next 60 to 90 days. But all of the kids are back at school. All of the restaurants, the bars, the businesses, everything is open here. And we are open for business, and it's a good thing. It's been a long time. It's been very hard on many businesses, but the franchise market, the business market in America right now could not be any better.
Good. Yeah, very good news. Thank you very much. Okay, have a nice day. Have a good stories in the franchise industry and so on. Yes, I really appreciate that we have such a good speaker from the heart of the franchise industry of the world, from the USA. And please type your contacts information to the chat and we will transfer to all our audience who want to know more about the American franchise industry. Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you, my friend. You are amazing. You're doing great things for all of the franchisees in Russia and around the world. And I'm so happy that we're friends and we met a while back, and keep doing great things in Russia. Proud of you. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay. Okay. So, dear friends, we will finish our conference for today. We had amazing 3 hours of the immediately and the continuously presentations of the different franchise concept from all over the world. Please write down my contact details to the chat, also to our audience. My name is Vasil Gazizulin. I'm the founder of the Topfranchise company, and I'm so happy that it's happening because all our team was working hard to organize this conversation. All our speakers who had time today to share with us their ideas about the franchise industry is really performing very well. Thank you very much. And you, our listeners, our participants who see our conference, who saw our conference for all these hours, thank you very much. Stay tuned, and we will give you all the records of this conference and all the contacts and the presentations later. See on the topfranchise.com all following news about our next conference and the webinars and all meetings that we make online. I can just only remind you that in the following next months we don't have so much offline shows. Let's meet online still. I really appreciate that all founders and the leaders of the company shared their ideas about the franchise industry. We saw so many passionate people. Thank you very much. And stay tuned. All our contact details and will be on the chat and on the translation in YouTube. And please make a right choice doing the franchise business globally. Thank you very much. We provide all kinds of services on the topfranchise.com for everyone who want to buy and who want to develop franchise globally. Thank you. We will finish soon. You have a few minutes for the questions and to let know about your franchise in our comments of our conference. Please type your name, your country, your city, and your company name, your contact details. Let's promote your franchise in the comments. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that it's happened. Let's make the next conference next summer of the 2021 and see more beautiful and passionate speakers. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.